So today we will start our class on adaptation to hot climate. Going to say how the animals were they adopt their hot climatic condition. So basically, so many animals those are residing in a very hot climate, but still they are surviving very good. They are surviving and whatever their need, they are just get their requirement from the extreme or harsh climatic condition. So some of the examples are these, the kangaroo rat, camel, and this fennec fox. So they can tolerate a very extreme hot temperature because they have made an arrangement of adaptation to that specific climatic condition. So in previous class also during the adaptation of cold climatic condition, some of the top, things I have mentioned that this temperature is also a physiological stress. When this temperature will rise to a extreme limit, then it will tends to become a physiological stress condition. So this exposure to intense heat that will increase the body temperature and pulse rate. And if the body temperature is sufficiently high, then some adaptation, whatever the animal's body have been made to survive in the extreme condition, that will be correlate with sweating because it will seize the skin. Okay. And it's also becomes dry and deeper. So during this time, the breathing will be also very fast, especially the inspiration. Okay. Because at that time, the animal have to take a much volume of pure oxygen so that they can have their need, whatever the need of oxygen in the body, that will require. So if the animal is incapable to maintain this adaptability, then they may follow headache, nausea that is a tendency to make vomit, disorientation that the animal can or cannot be uh, make themselves mentally and physically stable. Fainting is the other condition that is the animal may due to the decreased concentration of oxygen and unconsciousness that is when the decrease in oxygen is will be available, then this condition might be possible. So this body heat, it is a type of thermal energy that is byproduct of metabolism in higher animals. So whenever there is increase in the metabolism, then this temperature of the body will rise, and this will occur almost in all species, but especially in birds and mammals that were concluded into the higher animal group. They will relevant to this thing. So also they exhibit a close control of their body temperature during environmental fluctuation. So they increase blood flow to the exterior surface and the extremities. So what happens when the climate is very harsh and hot? So during this severity, the animal tends to expose their maximum heat to the surroundings so that they can adapt or maintain their body temperature within a normal temperature. So what they do, whatever the blood which is circulating towards the centrally situated heart, that will tend to release to the peripheral side so that the dissipation of heat towards the environment or surrounding may be more. So this is the one thing, and so this may be due to the increase in the this blood flow through extremities also, because they are situated peripherally. So this excessive body heat, this will be dispelled chiefly, mainly through by increasing blood flow through the surface of the extremities, or through by sweating or panting. So this will lead to maximize the exposure of the maximum of their body surface to their surroundings. So by the means of this, they can have their heat exposure or dissipation of heat to the surrounding. So I think all of you have know this Bergman's rule, because this rule states that the endothermic animal, they are having shorter bodies if they are living in a warmer climate, and they are individual larger bodies which is suited for the colder climates. So because larger bodies produce more heat due to having more cells and have a smaller surface area. This is in respect to volume. So there's definitely the rise or the maximum amount of the surface area of the body will tends to increase in the exposure or dissipation of heat towards the environment. So this Bergman's rule, it will be applied to the mammals and birds according to the provision of the living of an animal in a respect latitude and the temperature zone areas, and they are widely different as per their location. So some another rule is, that is Allen's rule. So these are the biological rule, and it states that the limbs of the endotherms are longer in hot climates and respect to the cold climatic animals. So this limb length, exactly it affects the body surface area because it helps in the thermoregulation. So these longer limbs, they will also help to dissipate the heat um, in comparison to the animals who are having the shorter limbs. So as per example, you can have this polar animal, that the polar bears or whatever the animals which are residing in a polar zone, polar areas, they are having shorter limbs. Like you are, if you just try to remember that polar bear, they are having very short ears and short tail in respect to other bears which are used to live in some normal climatic condition or in higher climatic zone. So mechanism is there to cool itself, that is by sweating, mean to say through evaporation. So this sweating, this occurs when the ambient temperature is, definitely it is above to 35 degrees Celsius, and the body fails to return to the normal internal temperature. So what happens there? The evaporation through the sweat glands, this will help the animal to cool their blood, total circulatory system that is situated beneath the skin. And at the same time, there is a shortage of water. So if the water is shorter, then dehydration condition may be concur. So The physiological mechanisms that reduced the rate of metabolism and that modified the sensitivity of sweat glands to provide an adequate amount or cool down without the individual becoming dehydrated. So, as per this statement, it tends to very clear that when the evaporation is being happening to an animal, then what happens? Definitely, this evaporation will take some amount of water. Might be it will be incorporated into the blood or from any tissues or cells. So this sweating is a normal mechanism to cool down the animal during a very high or extreme thought. So what happens then? In this condition, the system is been modified as that the sweat glands are very sensitive. So they are not using the any water from the cells or tissues or from the blood. So they are just a modified thing. So they prevent from the dehydration and at the same time they dissipate the heat of their body to the environmental surrounding. So basically, if we're talking about the heat, so there are two types of heat condition. Mean to say, the first one is the hot climate. So it will be divided in two parts: hot, dry, and hot, humid. So basically, in our country, what happens during the month of April to June? That is the condition when the moisture content of the environment is very much low and the temperature is high. So this condition of the hot is known as hot dry. But what happens after the month of June? That is from July to almost September. And this specific month, the moisture content in the environment is too much high. So at the same time, what happens? The temperature is somewhat become down, but the moisture content is so much high. So during this time, the heat is as per their basal level, but it tends to become so much, so high because this humid heat is dangerous as the moisture in the air that will prevent the evaporation. That whatever the sweating is giving, it will prevent the evaporation. But during dry heat, the warmer temperature having the areas that have little water vapor in the air. So this little amount of water vapor is tends to evaporate extremely quickly. So it will cause dehydration also. So this both humid heat and dry heat that will favor individuals with less fat and slightly lower body temperatures. So now you can see that there is a thing. I mean to say this the animals should have the less fat. Okay. So there are some factors which are involving in the survival to extreme condition. So these are the basic things which is applied for the cold or the hot areas. But when we talk about the hot climate, then again acclimatization is there. So when an animal are exposed to a certain heat condition for an extended period of time, then what will happen? There will be change in their physiology. So basically, the individual adapt to cold or climate conditions, hot or cold climates. So this will help the body to conserve energy. And regarding when we are talking about the change in the physiology, then it will directly tends to the things regarding the metabolism. So definitely the metabolism will be low during the high or hot extreme hot climatic condition. So this is as per acclimatization, what the animals prefer. Regarding this cultural, I mean to say there will be also a social adaptation, and this will enable to occupy the environments with temperatures that were drastically different areas that would otherwise be uninhabitable. So socially, these animals also used to live in such a manner that they can reduce or minimize the bad effect or the drastic effect of the harsh environmental condition. Like as per example, you can see the mostly the animals which are used to live in a herd or flock. I'm talking about the animals as well as birds. So usually what they do, they just maintain a proper distance so as to they can dissipate their body heat towards the external environmental condition. So the next point is the genetic adaptation. So since there has been very much little research or the activity the scientists have been made regarding the genetic adaptation to heat or cold stress, but in a longer duration, or you can say in a very much long time, long duration, what happens? These animals just they do some mutation in their gene as per the requirement of the survivability of them in a proper area. And to say that area should be either uh, extreme heat or extreme cold. So they just do their genes to be manipulated in such a way that they can have some proteins or enzymes in their body which will be helpful to prevent from the external environment condition. So like this behavioral patterns is also there, like the hot climate animals, they adopt some behavioral patterns. So like a human hummingbird, you have known, these hummingbirds, they are usually uh, used to make this during the late spring, and they, what can they do? They just do that if the temperature will rise extremely, then they just migrate to somewhere else place where the temperature is somewhat at normal. So this is about the bird. They generally do the migration, but reptiles and mammals, they are just used to uh, keep in their body to shelter, like in somewhere in the plants or beneath the leaf or buried in the deep hole or burrow. They use those natural holes, and they are active during the night time so that they can have their food. So in this condition, burrowing is the useful mechanism. So almost lizards, they also bury themselves in the sand during the day, and they used to come out during the night time for in the seek of their food. So regarding dissipating heat, so that is a normal physiological condition. So during this, to make cool, the animals, they create some mechanism to encourage air circulation around their bodies. So as for example, these camels, they have a thin layer of fur that is underneath their bellies. So it will help to lose heat, while a thicker layer or across their humps shade them. The humps that are having the thicker layer of consisting some fats. They are using to protect themselves from the direct exposure of sunlight. These owls, nighthawks, and poorwills, they fly around with their mouths open so as to do painting. Okay. And at the same time, they can also fly in the air to experience cooler air flows. I mean to say, at certain level of distance from the earth will be somewhat more hot in comparison to the upper part of the sky. So they used to do the same, and they used to fly at that particular level or stage where they can feel some good climatic condition. So these are the pictures of some animals, these lizards and the fox. They are using to live in a hot climatic condition. So definitely they are make rest during the daytime, but they become active during the night time. So some animals also used to maintain this climatic condition by sleeping all days. And again, they are active through the night time when the heat is somewhat low. Like this, going underground, like burrowing, and high tolerance. So many animals in hot climates have simply adapted to tolerate higher body temperatures, like antelope, squirrel, and they have the adaptation to tolerate a body temperature to more than 104 degree Fahrenheit. So especially in this temperature, if you have this much temperature, then definitely will not permit to enter in any public space, because if this much of heat is you are deserving, then it means you are somewhat facing some corona's problem. So again, this is some example of the animals like this lizard, there's the small one, the beetle, and there's a small flock of birds which are using to discriminate with this heat condition. These birds are they just splashing the water to their bodies so that they can have low temperature. This lizard is going to burrow so that heat of the daytime he can or the animal can maintain. This beetle is just making his gait very slow so as to maintain the very low uh, surface area of his body to the sand or whatever the condition is this. So another thing is the releasing heat. So many animals that face dangerously high temperature, they have adapted to the heat, like fascinating some insulation. Like some animals have their feathers from which they can tend to create some air which will be cold and which gives them to somewhat relaxed mode. Some animals like jackrabbits, they have long appendages as they have elongated ears. So it will tends to dissipate more heat to the environment. Some animals have make themselves as per their requirement. I mean to say, if there is scarcity of water, especially in the desert areas, then the animal just maintain themselves that they are in need of very much quantity of water. So they can adapt their body itself that they can have survive in very low water content. So estivation is also a type of hibernation. You say hibernation, it is in the cold climate. This estivation is the condition during the hot climate. So in this condition, the animals used to maintain their body temperature and also regulate their metabolic rate so that they can have less amount of extreme climatic condition to their body. So they inactive and reduce their response to the heat, and water loss situation that can be carried out through perspiration, breathing, and hence they will relieve themselves. So this will be the almost all the things which is required to understand the adaptation of the animals to the whole hot climate. So if anything regarding this, any question if you have, then you can clearly ask it from.